Welcome to Papyrus Plans. I'm Tasha. Ready to create something beautiful? Let's dive in.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Papyrus Plans tribe. Okay, so I printed this again on vellum. This is, let's see if I can reach it. So this is the vellum that I used. It's 100 GSM. And it's suitable for laser and printer, and it has a smooth surface. So it's good quality vellum. But I used, I printed this on standard ink, because with vellum, you don't usually want to print high quality because of the saturation of the ink on an inkjet. Now, if you're using a laser printer and you have a color laser printer, that's a little bit different. You don't have to worry about it because that's toner-based and not ink-based, water-based. But if you're using water-based ink like an inkjet, it soaks up into the vellum. And so a lot of people say print on draft, but I don't like printing on draft because the quality of the image is not great. So like this is standard. Now, if I printed on high quality, it would have been even better than this. But draft, I feel like it obviously is draft mode for a reason, right? It's not the best quality. And so I wanted a balance between good quality imagery as well as practicality. So the only downside to me using standard print on this versus draft mode is that the vellum did this. Can you see this? Look at this. It is literally rolled up onto itself. Okay. Now, what I usually do when stuff like this happens is I put weights on it, and I even took my heavy weights from my free weights, and just removed them, took them all off and placed them, I put, I think like 15 pounds of weight on top. And I'll even pick one up so I can show you. Actually, more than 15, because just one of these is 8, right? So this is like my actual weights that I just, unscrewed it off of the barbell part. So I had 2 of these and then 2 of my smaller ones on there. And I put, a layer of printer paper underneath just to protect the image, the vellum image, so it wouldn't get damaged. So I did that, you guys, for almost 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Yes, I did not misspeak. 2 weeks. It was weighted, okay? 2 full weeks. And usually that allows it to kind of straighten out. After 2 weeks, it was straighter. And I was like, oh yeah, it worked. Great. And then I went to go do something, came back 5 minutes later, and it was like this. It was like this. And I could not believe it. That's the first time in my life I put weights on something and it did not work. And so I asked my mom, who's a fellow crafter, most things that I know how to do, I learned from her. And I was like, I was telling her, you were not going to believe this. I'm like, I have things, because she was like, did you weight it? I was like, yeah, I weighted it. And I'm like, and then when I showed her in person, and she was like, what? And so I was like, do you have any recommendations? Because I'm like, I'm stumped. Like, I've never not had the weight trick work. And she said, hold a second, give me a moment to think. And so she was thinking, she said, oh, I know what you can do. And I was like, what, Mom? She was like, get your little mini heat press and make sure you use your Teflon sheet so you protect the vellum. But she said, go over the vellum with your heat press. And I was like, really? Mom, are you sure? She's like, yeah, I think that's going to work. And I was like, okay. And I will say, I tested it out with these yesterday because I was like, if this is a total fail, I'll come back and let you guys know. But I didn't want to waste video time, doing this and it not work. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do this and see if it works. And then I said, I'll save one sheet so I can do it with you guys so you can see it in action. Well, guys, as you can see, my heat press took it from this to this. And you can see the difference. It's significant. Now, I will tell you some tips and tricks of things that I learned along the way, okay? When I was using my heat press, and I started out with level 1, okay? And this is the heat press that I use. Let's see if I can bring it in the shot. Okay, and it's turned off right now, but I'll turn it. In fact, let me turn it on and get it started so that I can do this with you guys. And I have it set now at level 2, so that's going to take a minute or 2 to heat up, okay? So initially I started it at level 1. It worked, but not completely. Like, it worked, but it was like this. Okay, so I was like, okay, that got rid of like 80% of the issue. I was like, okay, what do I do about the edges? So then I turned it over, and I did it this way. I started it this way first. Then I turned it over this way, did it again, and I was like, why is this not working? So I realized what was happening is you need to heat press the side opposite the curl. So you see it's curling this way. So when you do it like this, heat press on this side. And I realized what I was doing when I was turning it over, I was putting the curl back into it. Okay, so you only want to do this on one side. And again, do it on the side opposite the curl. So as you can see, it curls in that way. So I want to put it down and heat press on this side. That's how you know what side to heat press on. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is you do need a considerable amount of heat. Level 1 did not cut it. Like, it did a decent job, but not fully. The edges were still curled up on itself. Okay, so I tried level 2, and I will say I was scared, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this on one sheet in case I totally ruin this vellum, and if I have to, I'll reprint it and then come up with something else. But level 2 was hot enough to be able to do it, but level 2 was quite hot, okay? After maybe 4 or 5 sheets that I used my mini press on, it was starting to get incredibly hot. Now I will say, do not do this directly on your surface. This is heat, and this gets incredibly hot. Do not just randomly put this on your surface. So you need to either use a silicone pad, and I have one, but my silicone pad isn't large enough to cover up a letter size sheet of paper. So what I did is I used my glass mat by 𝘺𝘠𝑚, and that worked beautifully because glass can hold heat, okay? So you need something that can hold the transfer of heat from your heat press to your Teflon sheet on top of the vellum, okay? So those are kind of the tricks that I learned while doing this, and I'm gonna do this one with you guys so you can see what I mean. So I'm gonna move, let's see, all of this stuff to the side, and I used a Teflon sheet from this packet, and I think I showed this to you guys last year when I did a haul. So this is what I took this out of, and I'm using the large sheet. This comes with 10 sheets that are 8.5 by 11, and then 20 sheets that are 16 by 11.7. I'm using the 16 by 11.7 sheet, okay? So I just want to show that packaging to you so you can see what it looks like. Again, let me set this to the side over here momentarily. And let me move this, actually, so I can have a full surface that I can use. And I'm gonna get my glass mat, but I'm gonna get my glass mat, but I'm gonna turn it upside down so that the glass portion, because of the glass mat that I have from 𝘺𝘠𝘠𝑚 has a section where you can do like watercolors and paints, etc. I'm gonna turn it so that the paint section is over here and the bulk of the glass mat is over here, so that's in view. Okay. So just to kind of explain it to you. So this is really big. So this is what it looks like. And again, I'm turning it upside down so that this part where you can like paint and use watercolors is on this side and the glass part is over here. Okay. So I'm gonna set this down on my table, on my surface. And sorry for the glare because it is glass. Let's see. Okay, and I have my heat press on the side over here where you probably can't see it now, but that's where that is. Okay, so now I'm gonna take, let's see, this is still climbing up. So right now we're at 307 and I'm waiting for it to reach level 2 temp, okay? So I'm gonna get my Teflon sheet, and this is what we're gonna use to protect the top of the vellum. Okay, it just came to temperature. So it's at 320, that's level 2 temperature, okay? And what I realized after doing 4 or 5 sheets and my hand started to get hot, if you have one of those like heat gloves, use that, like the heat gloves you use when you flat iron your hair, that would be perfect. I think I gave mine away because I rarely flat iron my hair. But then I remembered that I had these cute little silicone little fingertips from Dollar Tree. Now I wish I had another set, so next time I go to Dollar Tree, I'm gonna pick up another set of these because ideally you would have it on each hand, but since I'm using the heat press with my right hand because I'm right-handed, I'm using this with my left hand, okay? So I'm gonna take, again, the vellum, and again, you see how it's curled up this way, so I'm gonna do the opposite, and I'm gonna lay it down, and I'm gonna turn it horizontally, and I'm holding it down because it's so severely curled, okay? Use my right hand to take the Teflon sheet, and I'm putting it literally on top, okay? And then I'm gonna use this hand again to kind of hold it down so that it's completely protected. That's why I'm using the longer sheet, okay? Now this is at temp. I'm gonna go ahead and start out in corners. And you wanna do the entire sheet fully first, okay? So I'm doing the entire thing. Now, I'm gonna slide it over so you can see it, and I'm gonna go up and down in the corners. And then I'm gonna leave it in the top corner just for a couple of seconds. This bottom right corner for just a couple of seconds. Now I'm gonna go to this side, okay? Back and forth. Then leave it in this corner a couple of seconds. Now we're gonna go up and down on this side. And then leave it on this corner for a couple of seconds. Again, you want constant motion, but the areas that are the worst where it's the corners that are severely curled up, I wanna make sure I get that. And again, make sure you go over the entire sheet at least twice. And then again, I'm concentrating the bulk of the heat in the corners, okay? And this is gonna seem excessive, but after doing several sheets, you need this, especially if yours are as curled as mine are. Now let's check it. You see that? But the real test is when you pick it up. You see how this side is curling up a little bit, but the rest isn't? So that means I need more heat in these bottom corners. Okay, that's why I picked it up to test it. So again, let's put this Teflon sheet back on top. And now I'm gonna concentrate the bulk of the heat here, but I also wanna add a little bit there just so that this side doesn't curl, okay? So now I'm gonna hold this here, again, a couple of seconds. Same thing on this side. Then I'm gonna use my silicone fingers to hold that down and then go back and forth. And then hold it. Again, since this is the part that is starting to curl up, but you can see how it worked on the other edges because I applied a little bit more heat at the top there. But again, I'm going to run it over the rest of it. And again, I'm not flipping it like I did previously off camera with the other sheets. Before I would take this, turn it to the other side, and that was causing it to curl up again. And then I realized I was putting the curl back in the vellum. So we want to take the curl out. So you only want to do this on one side, okay? Again, concentrate that heat in that corner and then in this corner. I know this seems excessive, but that's why you need this Teflon paper to protect your vellum so that it doesn't get damaged. Now let's do the test. And this side is a little bit, so now I'm gonna do this side a little bit more. And I'm gonna turn it this way so I can really focus in up and down. So again, heat here, heat here. And this takes about maybe 3 to 4 minutes, sometimes 5 minutes if it's really stubborn, per sheet. So it's gonna take a little bit of time and effort, but I think it's worth it so that you can salvage your vellum and still use it. And again, you don't wanna leave it sitting for more than, I would say, maybe 5 seconds, and then move it. And then I'm gonna do the up and down motion again. Pick it up. And the cord, I'm gonna hold the cord so it won't get tangled. Okay, now let's test it. And basically we're just gonna keep testing it until it's not doing that anymore. Until you can hold it in your hands. And so that's pretty good. So let's see what this looks like. This side is a little bit still curled. The rest is doing pretty good, so I might get this bottom corner a little bit more. So this is the corner that's being stubborn. So now I'm just gonna hold the heat here a little bit longer. So I'm just kind of moving at an angle, at a right angle. And having these silicone fingers really makes it easy because now the mat is starting to get a little bit hot. Okay, that's pretty good. Now it's not gonna be fully perfect, but get it to the point where you feel like it's confident, where you can, it'll lay mostly flat, so when you punch it, you won't have issues. So I'm gonna do this one side just a little bit more. But again, as you can see, it went from being completely curled up on itself to, look at that. It's almost flat. I mean, it's not completely flat, but that's pretty close. So I think that's pretty good. So I think I'm gonna go over it one more time. Over the entire sheet, one more time. Again, just to kind of encourage it to stay like this. So I'm just picking up my heat press and gently kind of going over all of it. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so that's January, all right? So now we have all of them. And again, that just took my heat press. Ooh, that's hot. Yeah, be very careful. So that just took my heat press and this Teflon sheet and a glass mat. Again, if you have like a really large silicone pad or like a Silpat that you use for baking, you could use that. But you need something that will be able to withstand the heat back and forth, okay? So I used my Tim Holtz glass mat. That's what this is. And then my heat press. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off so it can start cooling down. And I'm going to put this up and then very carefully put my glass mat to the side so it can cool off. Be very careful when you're, picking up something like this. Again, it's very hot. The underside, because this is glass, I can feel some of the heat here, so I'm just carefully holding it by the edges. So I'm just kind of picking it up like this, okay? Be very careful. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!
That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, stay inspired, and thank you for watching.